Alright, this video is to give you a rundown of the 6 level 1 and 2 NYSSMA snare drum rudiments. Okay, the way this video will work is I'll put the rudiment up on the screen, I'll give a quick explanation of the rudiment, and then I'll show you a very slow version, because we always want to practice it slow at first, and then I'll kind of try to show one that's a little bit more at tempo. Now, one caveat, I'm a trombone player. I'm working on this stuff myself. So maybe I'll try to link some videos underneath of some really good players doing these rudiments, all right, because they are on YouTube. But you can use this to practice, okay? Here we go. All right, first I'll start with the paradiddle, okay? Right, left, right, left, left. And they're asking us to accent the first of those, okay? Remember, an accent is going to start a little higher than your regular hit, okay? So I'll do it really slow, and I'll try to do it a few times in a row. Stay relaxed, all that good stuff. Here's a slow version, paradiddle. Par-a-did-le. 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 Okay, so the benefit of practicing these slow is we can really focus on that muscle memory aspect so that when we speed it up, it just kind of falls into place. I'll try a faster one. By the way, notice how I'm saying paradiddle, because it really helps, I swear. Try a faster one. Here we go. Paradiddle, paradiddle. Okay, practice that a little bit. I'll move on to the next one. And the next one is, I'll look at flam next, okay? So the idea with the flam is we have a little hit right before the big hit. Okay, it's a beautiful sound. I'm gonna start with my left hand. I don't know if you can see on my video. Try to move it back a little bit. I'm gonna start with my left hand stick hanging right above the drum. It's not sitting on the drum, it's right above. The other one is nice and high. I'm gonna drop them both. The lower one is gonna hit first, and I'm gonna get a flam. All right. Notice how now I've set up for a flam with the other hand. I've heard that called drop and swap, right? Because my left is low, my right is high. I do the flam, and I swap them. Drop and swap. There's my slow version. Always trying to be thinking about the sound and how I like it to sound, and trying to get it to sound beautiful. I'll try to do a fast version now. Drop and swap. Flam, 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 flam. Little mistake there. Okay, so there's your flam. By the way, I'm always trying to dig in. I'm always trying to get a good big sound out of the drum when I'm practicing, okay? Next, I'm going to go to the flam tap, which is exactly how it sounds. It's a flam followed by a tap, which is, in other words, a nice low hit, okay? So it's a flam and then a tap. Watch. I do the flam, my right comes down, and then I tap. Flam, tap, flam, tap. Flam, tap, flam, tap, flam, tap, flam, tap. Okay? Try a little faster one now. Flam, tap, 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 flam, tap. Okay? So that one's simple. It's just adding a tap after the flam. Next is very similar to the flam. It's a drag. Instead of one little hit before the big hit, we're going to get two, okay? The way I'm going to do that is I'm going to put a little pressure with that middle finger, kind of like a buzz roll, which I'll go over in a minute, of course, to try to get 2 hits before. Now, this is really important that we practice this really slow, and I'm talking slow. Watch how I'm going to practice this drag first. Slow, slow. Oop, I got to make sure that other hand comes up. Drop and swap still. And what it might sound like if I go a little faster, okay? Now, I'm working on this drag too, so pay attention to if I'm doing this right. I'm going to try my hardest. I need to make sure I get 2 hits. It's easy to accidentally do a buzz and get a bunch of little ones. We want 2 clear hits. I'll try a faster drag. All right, you can tell how I need to practice that a little bit more. What do we got next? Okay, 5 and 9 stroke roll. We can talk about these a little bit more in lessons. I'll just show you exactly what they are right now, okay? For a 5-stroke roll, I'm going to count 1 E and, or 2 E and, or 3 E and, or 4 E and. I'm going to go with 1 E and right now, okay? So the idea is I'm counting 2 16th notes followed by an 8th note. The 16th notes are each going to get 2 hits per stroke. So let me demonstrate that really slow. The way I might start this is just doing it without those 2 hits. So I'm just going to go 1 E and. Watch. 1 E and. 1 E and. I'll try to lead with my left hand too. 1 E and. Then, in order to make it a true 5-stroke roll, the 1 E needs to get 2 hits. Each of those needs to get 2 hits. So, like this. 1 E and. 1 E and. 1 E and. And let's not forget I need to lead with my left hand too. We should always practice that. 1 E and. 1 E and. Okay? If I were to do them in a row, I might count them like this. 1 E and. 2 E and. 3 and. 4 E and. Okay? The final of these hits gets an accent, by the way. It's a little bit stronger. Okay? So there's your 5-stroke roll. You're going to speed that up slowly. Those take a little time. 9-stroke roll now. 1 E and a 2. Okay? Same idea. Those 16th notes are going to get 2 hits to be a true 9-stroke roll. And the final one is going to get an accent. So I'll practice this the same way. First, I'll practice it without the double strokes, without the 2 hits for the 16th notes. I'll just count 1 E and a 2. And I'll hit the drum every time I count, like this. Ready? 1 E and a 2. Leading with my left hand, maybe, to give it a shot. 1 E and a 2. Right? Then, once I'm kind of comfortable doing that, I'm going to try to get a double stroke out of each of those 16th notes. Okay, the final one is a single stroke. The 16th notes are doubles. I'll go really slow. I'm going to go 1 E and a 2. Here we go. 1 E and a 2. 1 E and a 2. Trying to stay relaxed. 1 E and a 2. Leading with the left hand. 1 E and a 2. Okay. The 5 and the 9-stroke roll, we start slow. We try to keep it nice and neat, and then we speed it up. I'll give you a demonstration. I'll give it a shot on what a faster one might look like. 1 E and a 2. 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 All right, not perfect. I want to work on that. All right, so I'm always practicing slowly so that when I speed up, the muscle memory is there, and these notes just fall where they're supposed to go. All right, so that's most of them. You're also required to do a buzz stroke, a buzz roll for about 20 seconds, okay? For a buzz roll, I'll give you a quick little practice routine. You're going to practice 16th notes, counting them, right through a measure of 4/4, like this. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. Then, after you're used to doing that with strict, good time, you're going to hit that drum on each time you count. So, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. Okay? In order to make this a buzz roll, we have to count 16th notes. We never don't count 16th notes. Sure, that's a good way to say it. So now I'll demonstrate. I'm going to put a little pressure on that middle finger while I hit the drum, and I'm going to get a buzz, what we call a multiple bounce stroke. You hear how it kind of bounces quite a few times. If you count it, it's like 9 or something. Whatever. I'm going to try to do those in a row, counting 16th notes. Each 16th note that I was practicing before gets a buzz stroke, all right, or multiple bounce stroke. So 1 E and a, 2 E and a, here I go. 1 E and a, 1 E and a 2 E and a here I go. And okay, if you listen to mine, again, I'll say this, I'm a trombone player. It sounds pretty wavy, right? Wah, 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 wah. So I'm going to try to, every time I practice this, get rid of those waves. I'm going to try to get them to sound even, all right? And that takes practice. Be kind to yourself, right? It takes time. I'm sure if you ask some of the best snare drummers in the world if they still practice their buzz roll, they'll tell you yes, they practice it every day. So I'll try it a little faster. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a... Pretty wavy, okay? So here's another way you might practice this. You might do a measure of 16th notes straight and then a measure of buzz roll and kind of go between the two, trying to get them to switch seamlessly, I guess. All right, I'll try that. Measure 16th notes, measure a buzz roll. 1 E and a 2 E and a here I go. And 1 E and a 2 E. Buzz. Okay, and you eventually want to develop that to get the waves out of there. Man, I need to practice that. And you're going to do it for about 20 seconds. I'll practice that right now. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a... Now I might just try to sit there and practice that for a while, trying to listen, trying to get the best sound. Okay, so there's your rudiments. I recommend practicing them slowly first, then speeding them up. All right, you got this. Practice. Have a good one.